Hello there, world of tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be playing in the Type 5 Kari. This is a Tier 8 Japanese tank destroyer, and it is by far one of the most dangerous tanks in the tier. But it's not the only one that features the mechanic we'll be talking about. You see, loading premium ammunition in this tank only loses 15 damage per shot. This vehicle has 440 base damage per shot, and loading premium ammo goes to 425. So you only lose 15 damage when loading premium ammo. That's basically nothing. And in return, you get 313 millimeters of premium pen. So basically, you just get all the advantages with almost no disadvantages. Pair that with the fact that this vehicle is decently armored and fairly mobile, and you've got yourself a recipe for a really dangerous tank. Nice shell into the Caliban there for 400 damage. Love to be able to get another shell out, but definitely not going to be able to shoot that IS-6. However, we do have the ISU-152 spotted, which is always a pretty nasty threat. Let's see. I don't know if that ISU is going to poke it, but the ISU-130 might. So we'll wait right here. Take a quick blind shot. That should have penned the ISU-130. Indeed. And we had a blind shot from what appears to be the ISU. But that's all good. We've already penned our shots. We've already done pretty good. And let's move over here. Is that ISU going to be in that position? That's the question I have to ask myself. And I think that it will be. Nope. Surprisingly not. Alright, well, we do have the M3O who's poking. And also have the Prague over here. I don't really like this. We got to turn and put on our reticle Cali. There you go. Nice 447. We do get shot. I can't really back up, though, because if I do, I give that ISU an angle on my vehicle, which would not be very beneficial for me. So instead what we'll do is we'll wait here patiently, and that's really all we have to do right now. This SMV is making the right play, which is taking out that Progetto. Good. That was actually the correct play to make there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to send this player, and we're going to aim in with a high explosive for 530, and then our SMV is going to high roll the shot, taking that player right out of the game. Of course. I try to have fun, and then the Caliban, unspotted across the map, shoots me for 950 of my hit points. Well, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how strong your tank is, if that happens. Oh boy. Well, we have the 274, who is now crossing, and we are going to get a nice 425 damage shell into his vehicle. Even though we did lose a lot of our health, we're still in the game. We've still dealt damage to the enemy players. We have the enemy 274 right here. We're going to aim it on that player's rear. Boom. Really. 440 alpha on this tank, by the way. We low-rolled not one, but two shots into that player, leaving them on 26 health. That's always really annoying. It's especially annoying when that player should be dead right now. Oh well. We're going to head into the enemy spawn. We have the Caliban right in front of us. And my turn. Bye-bye. Pretty easy shot into El Nini. We're up to 2,900 damage, which is pretty good. And nice job, Ka. Yes, thank you. Alright, well, at this point, all that's left is the ISU. We're going to take the wide route just because I'm a little worried that ISU is preparing for us to roll around the corner. Now, it might not matter, but we'll see. Well, I guess not. I know the ISU's back here. I mean, that's a given. There you go. Load in a high explosive. That was delayed, but it's fine. We got the clear, and just like that, a pretty good game for this vehicle. I don't even think we had to really load gold in this game. If I think about it, I don't think we loaded gold once. But to be fair, we had the sides and, you know, pretty easy shots on our opponents for the most part. Pretty good game, though. 2,950 damage, top on the team, and a really, really good example of where this type of tank feels really strong. But as I said, it's not just the Kari that has these capabilities. It's all the Japanese tier 10s for the most part, which is really scary. And in fact, the Type 5 Heavy is kind of the opposite, where the Type 5 Heavy gains damage when loading premium AP. I'm not sure when that vehicle is going to be released, but I would assume fairly soon. I mean, I don't know. There's two tier 10s, which Wargaming have to release within the next few months. We have the BZ T70 and the Type 5 Heavy, both of which are obviously super sought after. And I'm assuming that Wargaming is going to be releasing both of those vehicles before the end of the year. I would assume the Blitzfair is going to have the BZT. I could be wrong, though, and it could be the Type 5. And then I'm assuming the Type 5 Heavy is going to be released during Thanksgiving. That would be my guess. Alright, well, let's see what we can do. We're going to start this game by covering our heavies, because the enemy team has 4 heavies and 3 tank destroyers. So we do common sense there, and basically the entire enemy team is going to be pushing the heavy flank, I would assume. Now, you can never be 100% confident, but, well, we'll see. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That's what they always say, right? Alright, let's move over here, and let's see. This SU is, unfortunately, right in the spot I'd love to be, but it's fine. We'll wait here. See if our team detects anybody in the crossing. Problem is, we don't have very fast tanks to spot them in the crossing, so that's not very helpful. But, there you go. Nice 481 into that Caliban. Imagine camping in a Caliban, my dude. That's pretty sad. Oh well. I'm not going to get all too mad. If that player decides to poke that spot, we know what's going to happen. Our SU does get blind fired. Were they spotted? I'm not really sure. I don't know. I think they were just blind fired. What's an autoloader on their team that would do that? Probably the Death Star. Okay. Well, that's fine. I'm just going to keep chilling in the spot that I was at. We have the AMX M4, the FE201. I have a feeling that Caliban's poking it again. Ah, we have the Bisonte over here, loading a premium AP, and we got very unlucky, and our shell ended up missing. That's a real bummer, but it's alright. We're going to reload again. Let's see. We have the Death Star over here, and boom. Nice 440 damage shot, and then we back up into cover. Alright, sweet. We're not doing bad. Not doing bad at all. We've gotten some bleeds out. We still have a very healthy VK, which is always going to be pretty helpful there. Let's aim it on that AMX, and almost able to pen a standard shell. Ah, there it is. Caliban hits me again across the map in a bush to our lower plate for 800. That Caliban must be the best player ever, guys, because he has hit the most bogus shots I've ever seen in my life. He just doesn't miss. Ah, okay. But we can't hit the side of a Bisonte. I just can't believe that. I cannot believe that that Caliban hit that shot across the map on us. This is so bogus. Well, we have the side of the AMX, which we do get a 691 damage high explosive into. That is a pretty nasty shell, I will be honest. Unfortunately, our team is pretty bad, so it's not really going to matter, is it? We have the Caliban right here, who bounces the shell. Yeah, my turn, bruh. Well, we get 1 pen into his vehicle, and we back into cover before the Bisonte is able to get another shell out. We have a SMV who is AFK in our spawn, which is not very helpful. Let's aim it on the Bisonte. Do get a nice 479, and that places us up to 2,978 damage. We have a Panzer 58 Moot, who is not AFK, but I don't know what he's been doing, and an AFK SMV. So basically, we had 2 AFK players this entire battle. Yay. Yeah, I don't think it would have made too much of a difference. Our team was pretty awful this game. But yeah, it's whatever. The Kari did a completely fine job. We were able to dismantle everything that was in front of us. I guess that Caliban is seriously just the best player ever, because he hit me both shots across the map. That one was, I mean, you guys saw the angle I was at, and that still penned my lower plate for like 800 damage. I don't understand what this guy's doing, but oh well. We're out of the game now, and we don't have to worry about it anymore. If our heavies had done a better job holding the corner, definitely could have been a win. I mean, but oh well. Let's take a look at the post-game results. Yeah, not too surprised. Our WZ-111 did 0 damage. Ah, that's why. Yeah. Our Panzer 58, I don't know what was going on with that guy. AFK Semavente, I mean, whatever. Whatever. I still like this take, and as you saw, we had a pretty overall enjoyable experience. And if we didn't get hit by that Caliban, we could have easily done, 3,500, 4K, but oh well. Stuff happens. And tank destroyers, especially ones like this, you always gotta be prepared. Either way, hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!